When you're an elite biker on the Dakar, there isn't really such a thing as a lie-in. These guys often have a long ride just to get to the start of the special. Today's liaison or road section was 143 kilometres, and that meant leaving the bivouac at around 5:30 this morning. As well as battling the sand, the rocks, the dune, the camel grass and each other, fatigue is ever present. Today's fifth stage is all about sand, sand, sand. It's a bit shorter than previous days at 374 kilometres, but it's still going to be very tough threading a path through the endless dunes and camel grass. Another crisp and sunny morning greeting the riders before this second loop around Jael, and they were just looking to keep warm. All that was missing here was some comfy chairs and a few marshmallows.
The latest start for 1 hour.
Matthias Wagner has been struggling so far. In fact, the 2018 winner has come close to throwing in the towel.
I feel not so fit. I have a big crash on day 2. I was close yesterday also to stop because I have a lot of pain in my wrist, but I try to continue, and at the rest day I hope I can arrive and then I catch up some energy, but sure is a really tough day again for me.
Wagner wasn't the only one suffering. Daniel Sanders woke up during the night feeling ill, and he didn't look a happy bunny as he prepared for a long day on his gas. This one was all about survival for the Australian. He finished down in 21st place and surrendered his overall lead.
I didn't know I was going to make it on the bike when I got out of bed this morning. It was so hard, so couldn't get much food in. I was really sick, so I couldn't really eat much or drink, so just got to the finish line, so that's a pretty good achievement I think for myself today, so I'm happy with that.
Hero could hardly have had a worse day yesterday. Joaquim Rodriguez crashed out with a broken left femur, while Sebastian Bühler and Ross Branch both ran out of fuel. They lost several hours, but they're both still going. Bühler was 13th today, but there was more bad luck for Branch. He dropped another hour and 40 minutes. The highest placed of the Hero riders is Franco Caimi in 14th overall. Sherco, on the other hand, got their 2 factory riders into the top 10 today. Ruby Gonçalves had clutch problems on stage 1 and more mechanical issues yesterday, but despite starting 36th, he went tearing through the field to finish 9th. The Portuguese rider is happy to be back in the game. His teammate Lorenzo Santolino also had a good day. The Spaniard was caught by Mason Klein at around kilometre 70 and stuck with him for 100k. After that, he stayed on his own and battled through a tough day, mostly standing up. No crashes, good pace. He finished in 8th place. Kevin Benavides was mostly satisfied with his efforts, but lost time due to a navigation mistake at kilometre 190, and he wouldn't be the only one. The Argentine had sore hands after a physical day and said he was looking forward to recharging his batteries at the bivouac. 7th place, but he is only 44 seconds off the rally lead. After taking his 29th Dakar stage win yesterday, Joan Barreira was opening today and did a very good job in the first part of the stage. However, he suffered a nasty crash at kilometre 335, and Toby Price, who was just behind him, also got caught up in it. Pablo Quintanilla and Skylar Howes also stopping to help out.
I
had a crash and the bike actually fell on me and hit me on the head. I really have to say thank you to all the guys who helped me to get up and keep going and reach the finish line. It was a hard day, but we're here at the finish now and I just have to focus on the positives. The unbreakable Spaniard powering on then, but that crash clearly took its toll on the lead group. Howes ended up in 6th place and he actually takes the overall lead from Sanders, but his thoughts were with Bereda and Price after their tangle.
Surprisingly, both of them are A-OK, which is crazy. Like, I cannot describe how mind-blowing that was. But yeah, like I said, physically demanding. A lot of camel grass today, and again heavy on the body. But we made it to the finish of another day.
Price had a sore shoulder after going to ground, although to his credit, the first thing the Australian did was jump up and check on Bereda. All in all, he said it wasn't a bad day, not too much time lost. He finished in 5th. And what of Price's teammate Valkner, who we heard from this morning? Well, he had his best day of the rally so far, with the wrist and the body feeling a little better. The Austrian gave it his all and also made up some time by coming 4th. Mason Klein prefers navigation to sand, and he quipped that he was ready for bed an hour before this stage finished. He said it was absolutely exhausting getting through the never-ending dunes. The American has worked hard to improve his speed throughout the past year, and after riding with Santolino, he pushed on solo and came 3rd. He is also 3rd overall. Second place went to Nacho Cornejo, who was delighted to finally have a strong stage performance. The Chilean spoke of the mental fatigue of pushing all day alone, but he worked out some of the navigation quicker than the guys ahead of him and made up some time. In fact, in the end, he only missed out on the stage win by 13 seconds. Adrian van Beveren turned 32 yesterday and gave himself a late birthday present with the stage victory today. The key moment came at kilometre 180 when the Frenchman figured out one tricky waypoint and snuck away from the Bereda group. The Honda man said this stage at times reminded him of the Enduro Pal de Touquet, which he has won 3 times. Van Beveren right back in the mix overall. He's up to 5th place. It's nice to win a stage and to gain some time overall. It's also nice to be rewarded for really focusing on the navigation. Since the start of the rally, that has been my priority, and it paid off today, so it's good news. 12.5 minutes separating the top 10 today, with Quintanilla just behind the Sherkos. Privateer Stefan Zvitko also did a fine job in 11th. Howes has a slender lead of just 44 seconds over Kevin Benavides, and the gaps are tight. Sanders, meanwhile, slips down to 8th place. As ever, no major differences in the W2RC, with everybody from Quintanilla down moving up 1 place.